Yes, I'm Carrie Rogers Whitehead. I'm the founder of Digital Respons-Ability. I wanted to talk about some ways that we can encourage digital citizenship education and some of the things that we offer, including a free new educator training online that I'm excited to talk about, as well as some of our future webinars that are coming up. So this is something that we're dealing with a lot right now with COVID. We have more kids working at home, more kids having screen time. This is a report out of Education Week that although we've seen crime, cybercrime and some of those things decline, but we're having some safety concerns with more screen time, cyberbullying, and other kind of tensions and mental and emotional issues. I can speak to this myself. I'm a mom. I went just like everyone else on online training back in the spring, and there were definitely some rocky roads. Part of the issue is my little boy needed that social component. So kids are being isolated from their social networks or community networks, and tech can be a place to make those connections, but it can also be a place where we're a little more distant and we're away. We found that the neighborhood kids wouldn't play. We didn't have anywhere to go, and the Zoom calls with his second grade class just wasn't quite doing it and meeting those social and emotional needs. So as we have more kids that are getting online due to COVID and beyond, we need to keep in mind some of these other issues around digital citizenship. Are they socially and emotionally healthy? Are they getting enough exercise and help? Are they dealing with cyberbullying or other harassment issues? So this digital citizenship education is becoming more and more important. There was a survey I was part of on this webinar with SETDA, the School Education Directors Association. So all the ed tech directors around the United States were being polled on what they thought that was most important in their work in educational technology. And the number 6 out of 10 of all these surveys was digital citizenship. So this is something that everyone's dealing with, and we're dealing with it even more as we have more screen time and more kids working from home. So digital citizenship education is more important than ever and affecting our parents, affecting me as a mom. I can say that for sure, our teachers and our administrators. And we are looking to help meet and help with those needs and help address this in a prevention science way. So there's a little survey if you want to add on the side or chat as we go through. And I want to bring up that prevention science piece as we're really trying to dive into what causes these issues. What's affecting us? Is it just what is the why? And we're going to be we work with the educators to kind of address that why. And I'd like to hear your whys and other things that you have as well. So feel free to comment below. So there's a little bit about us. When I talk about the why, we at Digital Respons-Ability work with kids one-on-one, and this has been a shift for us as well as everyone else because we normally meet with them for 8 to 10 hours working on digital citizenship education, and we get to see and hear the why. So if there's an issue of cyberbullying, it also might have an issue be related to an issue of mental health, an issue of loneliness. So what's the why of that? And we can address that through lots of practical on the ground experience. So we've had tens of thousands of hours at this point working with K through 12 students on digital citizenship education. And when I talk about digital citizenship, I like to talk about it from the on the ground. We do focus groups, we do surveys, and we take that experience with those students and parents and try to teach the educators. I can tell you if you have any questions of what the students are telling me, but I can tell you from what the parents are telling us that screen time has been an issue, and worrying about their social and emotional learning is an issue that I'm hearing from parents and students. So addressing digital citizenship is not just an ed tech thing or a digital literacy thing or a media literacy thing. It's about school safety, and it's about school emotional and mental health. So as you look at finding solutions on digital citizenship, I hope that people look beyond some of the traditional aspects and treat it as a school safety issue. If you want your school and students to be safe, then we need to address digital citizenship. And we're doing our best on the ground. And we miss working with those kids on the ground, but we are glad to have online education as well, which we're going to talk about in this webinar. So in this online education, so we took all that tens of thousands of hours of work on the ground with kids and we developed in these training topics. So we've been doing these trainings in person for a couple years now with educators, and we've kind of adapted, to this to online. And so we're excited to be able to offer that to a broader audience of having this online that teachers can take at their own pace and their own homes. And although I love talking to teachers directly, I understand that that is a little harder right now. So we're going to showcase some of what that looks like, the online training, and here are some of those topics. That term prevention science, understanding the why. We talk a lot about digital citizenship isn't just online safety. We go a lot into like psychology and behavior science. So why are students acting the way they are? When I talk to teachers, behavior management is a big issue and how technology affects behavior, how it affects it in the classroom, and how we can help promote better, healthy digital behaviors. Teaching models. What are models? How do you teach this? It's not enough to say like it's important. What is the pedagogy behind this? So we offer lesson plans that teachers can download and have to go along with the training. So when a teacher leaves the training, they're going to have examples of how it actually works in person because these lesson plans have been used with hundreds of kids. So you'll have kind of a kit and a knowledge base ready to go. Lots of examples, and we also talk about involving parents in digital citizenship. I know that when I talk to educators, parents can be either a wonderful support with technology in the classroom or an obstacle. They can go either way. And so involving parents in these discussions helps keep our kids safe and emotionally healthy, but it also helps us with making sure that everything's aligned and the parents understand the technological tools and why they're being used and can support that at home. So all these training topics are aligned to ISTE educator standards, and can fit in with traditional teacher professional development. So you can get your CEUs as well. So if you're a teacher wanting to get your hours, wanting to get we can give you a certificate. We work with Utah Valley University. So if you take the training, you have to pay a fee to UVU. You can get those hours. So it's a little application. It doesn't take that long. But if you're interested, you can get the certificate or you can just get those hours, those professional development, continuing education hours by taking this online training kind of at your own pace as well. So we're going to kind of showcase that a little bit more of what that looks like in a second here. So, well, after this slide, we'll kind of show you the interactive, but a little bit more about it. It's a Scorm Compliance. So whatever LMS, whatever learning management system you're using, Canvas, Blackboard, Schoology, whatever it is, you can download a package that integrates with what you're using already. I know, I can speak from personal experience. It's kind of annoying having to take a required training and then you're having to learn the system that is on top of it. So you're having to learn two different things on top of the training. So we want to make it easier for you by having this Scorm compliant, and it's equivalent to about a day and a half. So when I have taught educators this, it is around 8 to 10 hours. So of course that's a little bit more condensed in the online training because you can do it at your own pace and we have less in-person activities and discussions, but it's a pretty robust course that we put into this online training. So you can see it a little bit here in a second. Oh gosh, I forget the slide. One more. Oh, next slide. So I just want to mention there's resources to support the educator training. I mentioned that we do different activities and things as we do the in-person class. That's a picture of our workbook. I know when I attend trainings, I love to doodle and write notes as I go through. So I designed it based on what I would like. So that is available as well, even if you do the online training. And then we had a book that I wrote that came out last fall that took how to teach digital citizenship, published with Roman and Littlefield. So it has a lot of the principles and things are based on those hours and practical experience and the research from the book. So we feel that, I mean, digital citizenship is this big issue. It affects our school safety, our school's mental health. It's become more of an issue with COVID. And so we don't want to just do this once. So having these lesson plans you can download, curriculum, a workbook, and a book together really helps that learning continue. When I work with educators, you can't see it in the book, but we actually have them set goals and work with them to kind of reach those goals. And we really want this to be an ongoing discussion of how can we better encourage kids to be positive digital citizens. So the resources to help support that goal along with the training. Okay, let's take a look at what this looks like.
Is now also offered online. Our modules follow the ISTE standards for educators and include topics like technology trends, working with parents, and teaching digital safety and ethics. This course was created by educators for educators. It's the result of working with thousands of students. As you explore these lessons, you'll move past surface level solutions and master a deeper understanding of how to help students deal with technology in a rapidly changing world. Through this course, we'll ask you to take some deep dives into examining student behavior and consider the issues through the lens of prevention science. As you work through this online course, you'll find it easy to navigate and keep track of your progress. You'll have access to tips and examples from other instructors. You'll have downloadables, student handouts, and other materials to help you create your own exceptional lessons. Learn strategies and resources to test both your students' knowledge of digital citizenship. Our resources will help you also determine changes in attitude, which will ultimately lead to a change in behavior. Contact us today to learn more about how you can address the gaps in your organization's knowledge of digital citizenship and earn professional development and CEUs through the process.
Okay, I'm back. So that showed a few of the slides and things. You can see it. You can hear my voice. That's a little video that we posted online just to kind of get a taste. So think of it as it just scrolls down and it has assessments in every lesson. You can choose to take the assessment or to not take the assessment. We're also adding for school districts if they want a little more rigor to go along with the certificate, like a summative assessment at to kind of make sure that your knowledge is covered. So we can offer, one of our trainers will sit with you, help deliver that summative assessment, give results to your school district on how those teachers did, how they did on their assessments, feedback they had. And so there's some additional things that can be added if you really wanted to kind of dive into this topic and make sure that the educators taking the course really understand the course material. So if you also saw on that video there, there's a number of different tabs. There's 7 different modules, and each module has like references and downloadables and on top of those other resources in the workbook in the book that I mentioned earlier. So there's a lot that's packed in there. This is, I mean, as I mentioned before, this is a result of tens of thousands of hours of on the ground practical experience that we're really excited to share with other schools. But we have a lot of free resources as well. So I was going to share a little bit about that. We've made some animated videos for students and parents that are free on the website. If you are interested, you can email us or put your email in the chat box. We are sending out a big long list of all our free resources available to anyone. That includes downloadables. We have PDFs of like fidget books. We have videos. We have parent trainings, student trainings. There's a lot of free resources that we offer that we really want to get into educators' hands. So you can email us, get on our newsletter with tips and tricks and other types of free resources available through our websites. So we offer this, we're getting it now for free. We have a grant right now for the online training, because I know everything's online right now, that will give your school's teachers login and access for the 2020-2021 school year. So there is going to be a link that you can apply. You can also go to our website or email us for that link. It's just a really quick one-sheet form because I know you are all busy on that. So we made it easy to apply. So it's all free for your school. We're giving out one of them for this fall that we want people to apply now. So digital citizenship, as I said, is something that's affecting all of us, and that's one reason that we wanted to offer it for free and offer these free resources. We're all kind of in this boat together. We don't exactly know when we're going to get back to shore, but we're all kind of paddling and doing our best. So we want to help you. We want to help the schools reach some of those goals, and so we can all be safer and healthier online. So if you look at the top, there's a little mini grant application that says apply now. And on that topic of wellness, so we're going to be offering more free webinars. And next month, we're doing digital wellness. So this is related to focusing through tech distractions and being more digitally healthy. I, like many of you, have been working at home, balancing kids and work and all of it there. And so it's to help you focus through just distractions through some practical research-based tools. It's completely free. It's going to be about an hour. It's going to be longer than this webinar. And we're hoping that we can send our audience back with some more help to work online. If you have ideas, please tell us your comments or other thoughts that you might have on what you would like to see on topics. We'll be addressing other kind of digital citizenship topics every month, and all of these webinars will be archived for free on our website. So now we're just going to give some time for questions or thoughts that you have on digital citizenship, the grant application, other ideas, or whatever you feel like. So the course has been approved through Utah Valley University. Great question. We kind of went through their extended studies program. So it was approved at the college level. Right now, we have a grant in Utah that gives our parent and student trainings completely free. The educator trainings are not free, although we're hoping to get them free at some point. But it has been viewed by some members of the Utah State Board of Education who are approving and wanting to get this out more. Right now, it's not free, but we hope to at some point. But it has been approved at the college level in terms of the curriculum and tested that way. So great question there. So other thoughts or comments or anything that you'd like to add? I'll pause for a second, and I'm hoping you're all doing okay. Everyone's feeling good here. I know just in a few weeks school starts, so there's a lot going on right now. We've been trying to push this out before school starts, but I know a lot of concerns are around hand sanitizer and masks right now. But I hope that you can all remember that this is affecting kids just like germs too. Okay, well, wonderful. So this is our website. This is our contact information. We are happy to send you more information, get you that free resource link that will be shared with a lot of Utah educators the next week. A list of all the free resources. We'll also have that on our website. You can click apply now for the mini grant application. And thanks for chatting with me, dealing with my echo in my headset, which is fixed now. But we are going to be offering, this is our first webinar. We're going to be offering more webinars on digital citizenship topics. Next month is digital wellness. And if you have an idea of something you want to do in the future, please let us know. They'll always be free and they'll be posted on our website to access at any time. So appreciate you. We really appreciate educators. Being a mom and an educator, I can say that it's not an easy job, and thank you for all you do. And let's keep paddling to shore. Appreciate it.